Now, doggone it, I just love gardening, and this is why. I came out here to get this compost off my truck, and my plan was, just to go and dump it in the raised beds in big piles and then, redistribute it later as needed. Well, I ran out of space pretty quick doing that. There's more of it here than I thought. I think I got more than a half a yard, which is good. So anyway, the reason I can't spread it through all the beds is because I've got a bunch of volunteer blackberry plants that I wanted to move. And this is one of them. So I've dug up a couple more I'll show you here in a minute, but this is the one. I was just so impressed by this one. Look at the roots on that thing. I mean, that is a really, really good root mass. And this was off of a volunteer blackberry, just a cane that tipped over and touched down. And actually you can see that green right there in the middle. That's actually a new cane that's working on pushing up. So not only did this thing tip, it's already sending up new shoots. So that is really impressive. That looks really good. So what I'm doing is I'm just taking and putting them in pots here and getting me some free blackberry plants. Just put them in pots using this nice compost that I've got here just because it's readily available. So again, getting some good use out of that. And nothing special. I'm just digging them up. I'm trying to be a little careful as I dig them up to try to retain the roots. And then yeah, just sticking them in the pots. So I've got already, you can see here, 1, 2, let me get her focus there for you. 1, 2, 3, 4 pots. And from what I can see over here, I've got, these were all just out of this corner of the bed too. That's sweet potato, sweet potato. There's one here. See, I've got a hold of it here. So that's buried down in there. There's one tipped there, and it actually looks like it's split, so there might be 2 tips off of that. And looks like there's one here going in, and that's sweet potato. So at least two, possibly 3 more here, at least 2 more to dig up just in this raised bed. And then if I go over to this bed, I've got at least 1 buried in there, possibly 2, at least 1. Look at this nonsense. If y'all can see this. Here's the end of a vine, end of a cane right here. It goes down, I've got a hold of it, and then it goes out into that other bed. So this cane I'm hanging on to is, I'd say, every bit of 10 feet long, laid all the way over here. So I'll get that one cut off as well, get it potted up. I got an awful lot of them. I kind of lost track, to be honest with you. I kept noticing them sprouting up in the garden over the summer. I kept telling myself I'd dig them up and move them later, and I got the times come. So there's probably 5. There's another one here. Well, yeah, it's good night. This is a whole plant. Goodness gracious, this is a huge. There's the base of it there. That's part of where that 10-foot cane came off of. This is a whole big plant coming off. So I want to dig up this whole thing, and it's already grown up and through the fence. Shoot. It's getting away from me, folks. These things are getting away from me, but I guess in a good way. So I'm going to dig that up and put it in a much larger pot. Not these little half gallons I'm using. That thing needs like every bit of a 2 or 3 gallon pot, which I think I got one. And I'm probably going to go get a shovel to dig up those roots because it's going to be a big system. But that's good. I want that. I need that. I want to get that puppy put out in the main row. I had to haul this behemoth out in the light so y'all could see it. This is that one I just dug up, the big volunteer that I just dug up. It's got the 10-foot branch, which is here. Let me lay it out so you can see there. That is for sure every bit of 10 foot. I'm sorry I'm drunk and stumbling around here. I'm not really drunk, but yeah, every bit of laid out there, 10 foot. Huge plant. And sadly, when I went to dig it up, I stuck the fork under it and went to pull up the roots here, and most of the root came up real easy, so I gave it a little tug and I heard it pop. It broke a root off. And it's this root right here. It's one that broke. And here's what broke. Now, there's nothing I can do with it now that it's broke. I suppose if I'd have left it buried, it might have actually set up runners, but I pulled it up stupidly. I should have left it buried. But look at this thing. This root was all the way out there. It by itself is almost 8 feet long, and it was running down the side of one of the raised beds on the inside, just all the way down the inside of the raised bed. So, absolutely huge blackberry plant. That is incredible. And mine, all mine, tipped over naturally and sprouted back. Actually, I don't know. I don't know if this one was a tip or if this was a natural sprout. It may have been one that was a sprout from a runner, because my blackberry vines sit right outside the fence there. So it could have actually been a free sprout from a runner that went out, but regardless, huge blackberry plant, and all free. My goodness, if you bought one this size with canes this long in the nursery, it cost you $50. They probably wouldn't even stock it, actually. They wouldn't have one this big because they'd know nobody would want to pay the price for it. So that is a nice blackberry plant. I better go get it in the dirt before I dry it out.